Men, gather round, young Lion King here, and today I tell a tale of truth. Guys, it's the young Lion King. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's a little dark outside. It's about 11 o'clock right now, and it's still dark. I'm in California, and, and the fires. So I guess, like, you can't even see the sky, it's just smoke. And then when you look down at your level, it's all orange. It's a weird look. Of course, people are freaking out. They always freak out. They assume the worst. Always. It'd be different if they hope for the best as well, but it's just what they do. I don't know, maybe it's just the way I was brought up. You know, the boy who cried wolf. I lived in that village. The boy cried wolf many times. And so now I'm just don't even listen. I just wait. Just wait. The news. I try not to watch the news, but you know, it's can't run from the news. Someone will mention it. It's Black Lives Matter. Good shit. So, I don't know. I'm calmed down now, but before I was just so annoyed and upset and embarrassed above all. Like, black people, man, like, we're just so embarrassing. It's like it's like they rather blame someone else than pick up a fucking book and take control of their lives. It's hard work. It's not easy. And that's the point. It's so funny. It's like they the those rappers, and I use rappers because it seems like rappers and gangsters are like what, like the creme de la creme? That's fucked up, man. That's fucked. But you don't think they grinded every day, writing on the bus, all their rhymes? It was hard work. They loved it, but it's hard work. Yeah, try doing something you love for paper, for money, and see how fast it becomes work. It's just so embarrassing. Like those videos where you see like the black people in McDonald's. There's this one in McDonald's, and then there was this one at the restaurant, and the woman, she walks up to the table and takes the lady's drink and drinks it in front of her. That's fucking disgusting. Not drinking from the drink, but just like the whole, and the kneeling is just makes my skin crawl. This is just, I understand, you know what I mean? Like, I I don't under I don't get it. I just don't understand. I mean, okay, I I wasn't raised that way. And let me elaborate. Like, my parents did fight a lot, but they always got back together. So I guess I kind of did have both parents around. Oh, that disqualifies me. Why did I say that? That's going to disqualify me. How can I possibly understand? I don't have to understand. I'm telling you that I'm looking, and it's not helping. You listen to those that are like you, and it's blind leading the blind. And people want to have their cake and eat it too. They rather get free money than to do the hard work and earn it. I'm guilty too. I'm guilty too. I guess it's just one of those things where it's like, I've always made excuses. I always had excuses for why not. And then so when I hear someone else do it, I just have no patience. It's like when you drink a lot of alcohol at a party, and you pass out, you wake up, and even the smell of alcohol, it fucks with you. And I guess that's what it is with me. But if I would have seen a racist Caucasian man, and that's all I saw on the news or whatever, World Star, I would think that, 99% of all white people are like that. And it's just, it works the same way the other way around. Like, all I see are just shallow, not immature, unintelligent, emotional, just dumbasses. Chris Rock said something funny. He said, the comedian Chris Rock, he said, there's two types of black people. There are African Americans, and there are Nick, and the Nick gotta go. It's just, I don't know. Now I understand. It's just, and and another thing too is like this perpetuation of the end of the world. Do I believe it's the end of the world? No. Dude, that's vain. Not even me, but no man knows the hour. What I think it is it's just things change, people change, the world changes. I bet when Hitler was doing his thing, they thought it was the end of the world. I bet when Martin Luther King was doing his thing, they thought it was the end of the world. Or were those, right? I just don't think so. Sodom and Gomorrah didn't even bring the world to an end. And are we living in Sodom and Gomorrah's day? Well, I don't know, but I do know that he is the same that back then as he is today, and we're still around. I think people just need to stop waiting for a way out and start to own their shit. And we're all in the same boat. I am included, we're all in the same boat. And, we just have to have better leaders. Like, I think to myself, I'm like, okay, well, who can we look up to? You know what I mean? And, who's a good example, rather? We don't need to look up to anybody, but who's a good example? And let's go with the black people. You know what I mean? And there's many, but I'm always skeptical because I'm a bit of a conspiratorial as well. So whenever I always think, oh, they must have sold their soul, or, you know what I mean? But that's shallow too, but I'm conditioned. We're all conditioned. I think to like Tyler Perry and Will Smith, Denzel Washington, Morgan Freeman. Who are some women? Candace Owen, Cardi B. I know those two are fighting right now, but they're just on opposite sides of the tracks, I guess you can say. It's a lot of people are blaming Cardi B for the degrading of women, and but then I think I'm like, well, haven't women always been that way? Haven't they always thought that way? I think people just want to blame. They don't want to say, oh, okay, well, because it starts at home. It all starts at home. And if your young daughter is watching Cardi B and acting a certain way, you can't blame Cardi B. Can you? Or should you put like safety locks on your child's phone and kind of dictated what your child was exposed to? Well, they're their own person and they're my friend. Well, Oh, okay. I hear it. Well, that changes everything, you know? And I actually find Cardi B kind of, they say, like, I've heard it said that a woman stops maturing once she starts to get attraction, indicators of interest from men. And so when I see Cardi B, I just think, oh, that's just a prime example. From my understanding, she was stripping like she was very young. And now she's who we see now. And it just makes sense. I'm like, wow, she knows what a man wants. Man doesn't want his daughter to be like that, but a man would take Cardi B. Could you imagine Cardi B with you and she's patient with you that you don't have to, you know what I mean? She'll just accept you for the way you are. Like, what the fuck? That doesn't exist, though. But yeah, it's just, I don't, where's the accountability? People are not accountable to themselves. I don't know, I just don't think it's fair. There was a lot of crazy music when I was a kid that said similar things. Foxy Brown and Little Kim, like they were way before Cardi B. I couldn't listen to that. I would sneak it. I would sneak that hip hop like a rated R movie. But when I went home, you know what I mean? I knew not to do that. But, now my parents didn't watch it in front of me. My mom was a little naughty. She had little movies with some curse words in them. Dad never did though. Never. It's just people don't want to listen to the other side because they don't feel that they understand. Like, oh, you didn't live the way I do. So therefore, ergo I, you don't have a say. But then who are you going to hear from? Unless you choose to be. And that's kind of the crazy thing too. I just see black people just choosing to be that way. And I feel fortunate. I'm going to just say it now. I feel fortunate that I am not a sheep. I have my own problems, my mental gymnastics, my hamster wheel. I have them all, but I don't know. It's like a difference. I think we'll be okay though. Humanity, if the world doesn't end, which I highly doubt it is. I've been speaking a lot, but it's been a lot on my mind. They're just making us look bad, man. So yeah, I saw this picture. It was this guy. It was a guy on the left side. It was split in two, and there was this guy on the left, and it was a slave with scars on his back. And then on the right side, it was this black man, but he had bullet holes in his back. And I'm thinking, I rolled my eyes, man, and I even commented on the picture, which I do not do. And I didn't even put words. I just put ellipses, which are just like the dots. I just It was just so gross. I was just like, those two are not the same. Not the same. You have one that didn't do it by choice, and you have the other one that wouldn't fucking listen. That was doing something stupid. That doesn't condone what happened to them. I'm not condoning the message of Cardi B or any of that. It's just that, again, excuses make me cringe. And I hate the word excuses because, it gives no room for a reason. Like if you give the reason, they can just say it's an excuse. And so you're just like, fuck. It's just, I'm just annoyed. So before I get any dumber and say something mean and hurt somebody's feelings, I'm just gonna end it here. Until next time, Young Lion King out.